With Christmas just around the corner, we want to introduce you to a different kind of hero, a holiday hero. Buddy Stacy considers himself one of Santa's helpers. We spent an evening in Buddy's workshop as he made toys for boys and girls across the Cherokee Nation.
Christmas has always been my favorite time of the year, as long as I can remember, and working with wood has always been a passion. When you can marry the two things that you love and somebody is helped in the process, why not? My name is Buddy Stacy, and I run Santa's workshop here in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, that builds toys for disadvantaged children in the area. I've been working with wood as long as I could pick up a piece of wood. Wherever I could turn on a power tool, I was making sawdust. I've always loved the creative method, being able to make something out of just a raw piece of material, something I've always loved to do. I have been wanting a home workshop, wood workshop, for as long as I've been married. Finally, last summer, I was able to assemble everything into an actual workshop area and start making stuff. But then I needed projects. And then the idea came that I could make Christmas toys, and it just went from there.
Here's your presents, Lance.
For me, the wooden toys comes about, first of all, my love of wood, my love of making things. But also it's just the idea that, you know, the belief in Santa Claus and his workshop and the fact that he made wooden toys from a nostalgia viewpoint. You imagine the elves working on the toys, you imagine Santa, you know, overseeing everything and getting ready for delivery on Christmas morning. That's just the direction that I was trying to go. This is what I call the car. This is my truck pattern. This is my bus pattern. These will actually create one set of toys, 3 pieces. Of course, the duck pattern. All of these will be on wheels. This is my boat pattern. I'll have a wheelhouse on top. Take the pattern and trace the outline of the pattern onto the block of wood. I'll then take that over to the saw, cut everything out. This is just one way that I'll use old scrap wood that I have for the toys, so that I don't have to, you know, spend a lot of money. It's a good way to use up what I've got. Those are ready to be cut and drilled. The wood, I do buy when I need to. If people have wood and they don't need it, they ask me if I need it, I'm always willing to take it because I can find something to do with it. Christmas is a time to help. Christmas is a time to show love. That's why I call it Santa's Workshop, because it's supposed to reflect the North Pole and what Santa does. Of course, there are people who have been there from the beginning that have been very integral to this. I use volunteers for sanding, painting, decorating. I also will have a lot of store-bought items that will be packaged with the wooden toys. There'll be some bears and books and balls and things of that nature. So all of that's going to have to be packaged together, and I'll depend on volunteer help for that as well.
Since time immemorial, Cherokees have always felt the spirit to give back to the community, to give back to others who are less fortunate than they were, sharing food, sharing clothing, helping people out when they've lost a loved one, those kinds of things. And today within the Cherokee Nation, that spirit is very much alive, especially through projects like the Santa's Project with Buddy Stacy. No one asked him to do this. No one came up with the idea and shared it and said, hey, let's try this. Buddy came up with this himself. He's the one who decided to give back to his community like his ancestors have since time immemorial. It's very comforting to know that the spirit of giving and taking care of our community, despite knowing them or not knowing them, is still alive and well within the Cherokee Nation.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Fine. Nikki Baker Lockmore.
Buddy Stacy. Buddy
Nice.
Stacy, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you, buddy. So if you'll follow me, this will be where we put them and where they'll come and pick them up.
Okay. I believe that believing in Santa is important because it's actually, in our family, believing in Santa is believing in the spirit of Christmas. The more I can help, the more people know about this, the better it's going to make me feel, knowing that I'm hopefully making a difference to somebody. And you know, that's kind of, everybody wants to make a difference. Everybody wants to leave their mark. And this is kind of my hope for making that for myself.